Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Utah! D.L. Evans Bank is your go-to for all things banking right here in Utah. At D.L. Evans Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial partners. And guess what? We're proud to serve the great communities across the beautiful state of Utah. Swing by any of our branches and experience banking with a local touch. D.L. Evans Bank. Community banking since 1904.
Every great game starts with a strong lineup. Success takes the right team, the right tools, and the right strategy. At Les Olson IT, technology is our arena. Our team brings strategy, precision, and power to every play. When the pressure's on, we deliver championship-level performance. For over 70 years, we've helped businesses stay ahead, protected, and performing at their best. Play to win. Partner with Les Olson IT.
Les Olson IT.
When Logan businesses need office tech, from copiers and printers, phones, security cameras, and managed IT, they turn to Fisher's Technology. Our local team is proud to be a part of the Cache Valley, with a local office providing top-notch service right here in town. We keep your office running smooth so you can focus on the big wins, on the field, on the court, and in business. Tech yeah, Aggies. Visit fisherstech.com to learn more.
Hey Aggie fans, it's that time of year again to start thinking about colder temperatures, skiing, and snowboarding at Beaver Mountain. Our student season passes are available online now at skithebeav.com. That's skithebeav.com. Grade 6 through college unlimited season passes are only $450. Come hang out with us this winter and experience the best winter recreation Cache Valley has to offer. Thanks for all the support throughout the years, and as always, ski the Beav and think snow.
Utah State and Boise State. Aggies rocking their throwback uniforms, and hey, as long as you stay undefeated in them, keep them rolling, right, Spencer?
Don't try to fix what's not broken, and I wonder if they haven't washed them. That's what I would go with. I would say don't wash the jerseys until you lose. Just keep it going.
So it's a Utah State team seeing a couple of key players here for Boise State that have been hot as of late. Drew Fielder, as you mentioned, the transfer from Georgetown. He is number 4 in the Mountain West Conference, averaging 44% from the three-point line in conference games. If you do not keep an eye on him and you don't mark him, he'll light it up in a hurry. Oh, great three-point shooter. You mentioned he's shooting 41% on the field. I think you said like 47 in conference. 44, yeah. 44 in conference. Yeah, can really shoot it. And then Pearson Carmichael and Andrew Meadow are the other really good shooters. Javen Buchanan shooting 33% from the field, but candidly, he's a better shooter than that. And then Dylan Andrews shooting 31% from three-point range. He's a worse shooter than that, actually. So you want Dylan Andrews shooting 3, but the other 4, you got to be careful because when they get it off, it's probably going in. You know, when the season started, I think a lot of people anticipated that Andrew Meadow would take a big jump, and we just quite haven't seen it. And I don't know if he needs to bring back the Kurt Rambis hair and the goggles, but I don't know. But he just hasn't seemed like it's clicked the way you would hope. Yeah, it's a little different. I think he came on the scene and was surprising a number of people. And this year, it's the expectation. And he's still good, right? He's good, but he's not the dude. And I think people were hoping for Bronco Nation that he would step up and be that guy, and he just hasn't done it. He's had some good games, but he's also had some bad games and never really been able to take that next step. I really think it's Drew Fielder, once again, that is the key to this basketball team. He's got a good back-to-the-basket game, and then he's a deadly three-point shooter. You know, another player that I know that you liked a lot, frankly, because where he came out of high school, Julian Bowie. Unfortunately, his father tragically passed away before the season. He tried to play a few games to start the year and then decided to shut it down, and will be applying for a hardship waiver. And certainly if the NCAA has any guts whatsoever, they'll certainly grant that because he's earned it. But that was another player that was expected to take another jump for Boise State this year. Yeah, I think they were really expecting. Julian's kind of a combo guard, had a great career at Pocatello High School just up the road. Best basketball player to come out of Pocatello? Best basketball player to come out of Pocatello in the last few years. Absolutely the best basketball player in the last few years. But no, great player. And like you mentioned, really sad, unfortunate. His family's here tonight, but his father passed away. and he kind of took a break for some personal reasons and just needed to get his head right, and he's going to redshirt this year, but very, very talented. But I think they were hoping to get some production from him, but obviously because of personal reasons, they aren't getting that right now.
Which totally understandable as well. All right, your pregame show brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent, Bruce Jones. Give Bruce a call, 435-752-3233. It's your future. It is time to protect it. As the Aggies taking on the Broncos, Utah State had won 6 in a row until losing in Boise last year. Now the Aggies were able to pick up a victory earlier this year in a game that, that entire game, you saw Utah State jump out to an early lead in it, and I'm thinking, okay, and the whole game I'm saying, Boise State's going to reel them back in. Boise State's going to reel them in. We're going to have a close game, and it never quite happened. As Utah State winning one of the most dominating games in this rivalry's history, going on the road and winning 93-68, and frankly, a game that wasn't even that close. And Utah State had their number that day, but make no mistake, you're not getting 2.0 on that one. This game is going to be much different.
Yeah, I would expect this game to be different. That Boise State game was over in the first 3 minutes, candidly.
Yeah.
It really was over in the first 3 minutes, and now they're coming down. They want revenge. This team has got some wins under their belt. They were reeling at that point. Honestly, they'd lost like 2 or 3 in a row. They're coming off a tough UNLV loss, but they've built their confidence back up by beating the Wyomings and the Colorado States and those schools, and so I think you're going to see a very different team for sure.
So after they lost to Grand Canyon and lost the series sweep to Grand Canyon, they got 2 very impressive wins back-to-back. They beat Nevada at home in overtime, 91-87, and then they went to the Pit and got a win there, 91-90. And then you're thinking, okay, here we go. They're ready to turn the corner, and then they come home and lose to UNLV. And so you can see the glimpses are there with the win against New Mexico, with the win against Nevada. There are things that you see there, and you're like, okay, it's still there.
Just haven't been able to put it together consistently. And it's against... So I know New Mexico's near the top of the league, but it is against the talented teams, right? It's against the really talented teams that they've struggled. Even San Diego State. So when I say talented teams, I'm talking about Grand Canyon and UNLV, and then they struggled against Utah State. I mean, Utah State, I haven't seen a team put it on Boise like that, on Boise's court, in a long, long time.
Yeah, and it's certainly the case that Utah State hopes they're able to repeat that tonight. And we'll talk about some of these individual Aggie players because I think MJ Collins, even though I know a lot of people weren't overly thrilled with the late windmill dunk, after he got it going, it seems like he's maybe broken out of his offensive funk that he's been in.
I think that's the hope for Utah State is, I don't know if there was a hotter player in the country at the beginning of this season for the first couple months. Cooled off a little bit, but yeah, Memphis, it was nice, especially in that second half to see him get going, and I think hopefully he can build on that going into the final run of the season and have that momentum.
I don't know if we've ever seen a player that can really get out of a funk with just an easy layup or a dunk, and then all of a sudden everything just starts snowballing after that. Utah State hopes, though, that he is off to the races right out of the gate and ready to contribute in a big way for Utah State in this game against the Broncos. It's the Aggies up against Boise State as we're just a few minutes away from tipping this one off. Again, the TV slide has pushed us all the way back to 8:45, but we're getting close, folks. It's Aggie basketball from the Spectrum on the Utah State Aggie Radio Network.
Calling all Utah State Aggies. You know who you are, and we know you love to come home to Cache Valley to cheer on your favorite Aggie teams. The University Inn has a special rate just for you. Enjoy free covered parking, free Aggie ice cream, and breakfast with a waffle bar, all in the center of the campus, just steps away from all the exciting Aggie home events. The University Inn has your cozy room at a comfortable price. Just ask for the Aggie Athletic rate.
It has never been easier to make the switch to solar. With Everline Solar, you simply take the money you already spend to rent power the old way and shift it over to pay for solar panels you own instead. We're helping thousands of homeowners go solar every year and growing fast. So we're hiring awesome people for all positions, including the industry's best summer and year-round sales program, as well as flexible work-from-home jobs. View open roles and apply today at everlightsolar.com.
this is Gene Needham of S.E. Needham Jewelers. For more than a century, we have been selling diamond engagement rings. For the best price on diamonds, you must shop with a trained eye. This means you should compare many diamonds, use magnification, and ask specific questions. Why not? It will likely be the most important jewelry purchase you'll ever make. Right now on display, we have Utah's largest selection of beautifully cut diamonds. Our diamonds simply sparkle more, and they're offered at internet pricing. Shop and compare, where Utah gets engaged. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
On the Aggie Sports Network.
Long three. Got it. Oh, 5 feet behind the line. Turnaround jumper is up. It's good.
From Learfield. Aggie basketball is brought to you by Smiley's Onions, the official sweet onion of the Utah State Aggies. Beaver Mountain. Come ski the beam. And by Smith's, proud partner of Utah State Athletics. Let's go to courtside from the All-in-One Flooring America radio booth. Here's Scott Gerard.
Let's get it, folks. A little late-night hoops here in Logan, Utah. It's the Aggies and the Broncos of Boise State. Another chapter in this fun rivalry about to be written. Utah State put it on Boise earlier this year in Boise. The Broncos trying to return the favor here in Logan, Utah. Broncos 7-7 in Mountain West Conference play, 15-10 overall. Whereas Utah State off to a stellar season, 22-3 and 12-2, and in the top spot in the Mountain West Conference. All right, it's time for Spencer's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Engel and Volkers. Follow your dream home. Spencer, what do you want to see in this game tonight?
So, key number one, I've been talking about him all night, and you might think I have a man crush on him. I don't, but I just think he is the key to Boise State is Drew Fielder. Honestly, you've got to hold Drew Fielder under 3 threes. That is such an important statistic. If you allow him to stretch the floor, then it creates opportunities for everyone else. So, key number one, keep Fielder under less than 3 3-pointers on the game tonight. Key number two, it's defensive rebounding. I know offensive rebounding is important as a whole, but defensive rebounding, we all saw against Memphis. When Utah State was able to get stops, secure the ball, they were able to get out and run, and all of a sudden they'd go on a 13-2 run in a 2-minute span. And that's what they've got to do to Boise State. They don't want to play a half-court game against Boise State. They want to get out and run, put it on them early. And then the third thing is fouls. Talked about Boise State getting to the foul line. That is the one way that Boise State can stay in this basketball game, is if they're able to draw fouls. And so it's important that each half that Boise is not getting into the bonus until under the 8-minute timeout. If you limit the free throws that Boise State's shooting, you out-rebound them in terms of defensive rebounds, and you keep Fielder under 3 3-pointers, you're going to win the basketball game.
You know, you bring up 2 big points as Boise State, one of the best defensive rebounding teams in all of college basketball, but Utah State in that game in Boise out-rebounded Boise State in that game 34-31. And that's, look, one thing Utah State has not done a particularly good job of is rebounding this year, but they did get Boise in Boise. And then the free throw line, you got a Bronco team that in Mountain West Conference play is averaging 26 trips to the free throw line a game.
And they're a good free throw shooting team. I can't remember 70% from the field.
They're 75.9%.
Yeah, I think they're leading the conference in free throw percentage. And so, yeah, it's a team that gets there a lot, and they're a really good free throw shooting team. Like I said, that's the way that Boise State, that's the equation. If Boise State's in this game, it's because they're getting easy points from the free throw line.
Utah State, Boise State, your starters look like this. Dylan Andrews averaging 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Pearson Carmichael, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Andrew Meadow averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Drew Fielder, as you mentioned, the Georgetown transfer, 14 points, 5.5 rebounds, and in Mountain West Conference play, he's averaging 44% from 3. And Javen Buchanan, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Aggies going with their standard starting lineup. MJ Collins, Drake Allen, Mason Falsleb, Zach Keller, and Adlon Elamine will get the start. Utah State rocking their all whites and blue trim as they go with their throwback uniforms. And as Spencer mentioned, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Aggies are undefeated wearing this uniform combo. As we come to midcourt, your Utah State game ball delivered with the help of Holiday Motor Coach, the official transportation of your Utah State Aggies. Just like the game ball, Holiday Motor Coach delivers excellence from one customer to the next, one coach at a time. And we are underway here in Logan, Utah. The ball controlled by Boise State, as here comes Dylan Andrews working left to right. MJ Collins comes out to meet him, kicks it over to Meadow. Meadow on the left wing, down in the low block to Fielder. Fielder working against Zach Keller, gets underneath him, puts it off the glass, can't get it to go, and the ball still tipped and controlled by Keller. Good job by Keller, trying to put a body up and alter the shot.
What has been the reaction after Canada squeezes out a win?
Drake Allen gets the high screen from Keller, then slips it to him, then back to Falslip on the right.
We waited 12 years for NHL players to be back in the Olympics, and this was by far the best game yet. Some of the Canadian players joking afterwards.
MJ Collins trying to work through.
You guys thought that Mitch Marner wasn't
over to Keller. Keller the drive. Keller turn around, push shot up and in. Zach Keller. Hey, who says the big man doesn't have any moves? Somewhere Nate Harris has a big smile on his face.
I'll tell you what, Drew Fielder went to him in the post.
Cooper did not have an immediate update after the game, said he's still being evaluated. I didn't think it was good news that Hockey Canada announced in the second period that Crosby would not return with a lower body injury. Knowing Sidney Crosby, he would have done everything he could to return to this game if he felt he still would be able to have an impact. Now,
that's
John
where
Cooper
Dylan
did say
Andrews
that the
can
talk
get you in the mid-range game. It's amazing. You make him step back 2 feet, he's not going to knock it down, but the 18-footer, he will.
The UCLA transfer, 6'3", 180-pound senior. Long three, Mason Falsleb, no good, off the back of the iron, ripped down by Meadow, and here comes Boise State trying to take their first lead of the game as we're all square at 2 apiece, a minute and a half into the first half. Andrews kicks it back to Fielder, fake the three, now driving, caught up nicely, but a nice slip pass as he's able to slip it down to Carmichael, and he gets a reverse layup up and in, and Boise State leads 4-2.
Back door, you saw Fielder pump fake, Collins went for it.
Drake Allen back to Keller, kicks it over to Falsleb. Falsleb trying to drive baseline. Double team, kiss off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Fielder, and here comes Boise State with the ball, leading 4-2. Three in transition, it is up and no good. Keller is able to rip down the rebound. Buchanan takes the early three. It doesn't go for him. Drake Allen initiating the offense for the Aggies. Gets the high screen from Keller. Drives to the elbow. Slips it back to Keller. He'll crank the three. Why not? It's good. He is now 4 of 5 from three over the last 3 games after starting the season 1 for 4.
Tell you what, he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Aggies lead 5-4. Fielder trying to get the jump shot over Keller. Instead gets him in the post. Turnaround push shot. That is up and in. And Drew Fielder has got 4 early points. Boise State back up top by the count of 6-5.
Man, we got a big man battle going on right here. Zach Keller versus Drew Fielder.
Who would have thought? Drake Allen getting the screen from Keller. Dancing behind the screen. Works to the elbow, gives it to Collins. Pump fakes the three, gives it back to Falsleb. Mason back to Drake Allen. He'll crank the three. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Carmichael. Boise State with a 6-5 lead. 16:44 left to go in the first half. Dylan Andrews dances behind the three-point line, shoots it, won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Keller. His 3rd rebound already in the game. And here comes Drake Allen in transition. Leaves it for a trailing Mason Falsleb, who will reset the offense. Kick it back to Drake Allen on the left wing. Aggies trail 6-5. Allen comes again over a screen, gets into the post, leaves it for Adlon Elamine. Elamine slips it back to Keller, throws down the two-handed hammer. Oh, Keller's got 4 points. Actually, make it 7 points on the night for Drew Keller. Zach Keller is absolutely livid and beating up the Broncos here in the early stages of this game. Dylan Andrews, cross-court pass. Meadow, baseline three, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Buchanan. He's fouled by Elamine on the way up. And Utah State will take a 7-6 lead into the first timeout. But how about the start in this game by Zach Keller, scoring all 7 points for Utah State. 15:48 left. It'll be free throws for Buchanan when we come back on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear winter, the mighty Toyota Tundra will conquer your toughest elements. With exceptional power and available 4x4, Tundra's got an iron grip on almost anything you've got. Snow? Sleet? Chill. Tundra's top flight technology is in command and ready to kick tough trails in the tail. Find your Tundra at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Welcome back to the Spectrum. Utah State out to an early 7-6 lead. In fact, Zach Keller 7, Boise State 6. All 7 points coming from Zach Keller, 3 for 3 from the field, including 1 of 1 from the three-point line, and has also pulled down 3 rebounds. Utah State Athletics and American First Credit Union honoring the academic success of USU student-athletes. This week, Jaden Holdsworth from the track and field squad is your American First Credit Union Student-Athlete of the Week. All right, you were talking during the break. A lot of switching going on for Boise State, and Zach Keller has been the beneficiary of that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think when you look at what they're trying to do, switch 1 through 4, but Keller's setting so many screens that they're getting mixed up, and even fielders getting into that. So 5-way switching, what has ended up being dropped is Zach Keller, whether it be out on the three-point line where he's wide open or on the baseline to where the ball, everyone runs to the ball and he just slips behind the defense and gets in there. But when you're doing that much switching, that can cause some confusion in matchups, and I think Zach Keller's been the beneficiary of that thus far.
7-6, Utah State leads by 1, although Elamine picks up the foul before we went to break, and that will send Buchanan to the line for 2 free throws. Buchanan on the season is an 83% free throw shooting team, and again, this is not a team you want to get into a free throw shooting contest with because they get to the line a lot and they make a lot. Yeah, the best free throw shooting team in the Mountain West Conference at 76%.
Yeah, very good free throw shooting team. Interesting substitution. You've got Carson Templin for Elamine, so they're going big with Keller and Carson Templin. You're giving up a little bit of three-point shooting and some length on the defensive end, but candidly, these two shot the ball as well as anyone the last few games, so I guess maybe you're not.
Dominique Parolin in the game for Boise State as Buchanan leaves that first free throw short. We'll have one more. Also into the game, Neto for Boise State. 6'3", 180-pound freshman from Angola. Second free throw is good by Buchanan. We're all square at 7 apiece. 15:48 left to go in the first half. Drake Allen back to a trailing false layup, kicks it back to Drake, gets the screen again from Keller. Drake driving, Drake attacking, layup, leaves it a hair shy, won't go, and here comes Boise State trying to take the lead back. Buchanan retreats, hands back to Neto. Neto at the U State logo at midcourt as the ball deflected away, but Meadows able to come down with it. Aggies trying to get those deflections. Meadows still dancing behind the three-point line, leaves it for Buchanan, launches the three, misses it by a mile, and the rebound pulled down by Colby King. Aggies want to run. Here comes Colby. Leaves it again for Drake Allen. Drake, cross-court pass to Keller. Back up top to King. Good ball movement, but no shot coming out of it. Colby King on the right wing. Entry pass in the post to Keller. Back to King. King driving. King leaves it back to Mason. Mason drives. Mason floater. Right hand. No good again as the Aggies getting good looks and the shot's just not falling. We're still tied at 7 apiece. Entry pass to Parolin. Parolin facing off against Zach Keller. Here comes the Aggie double team. Neto's able to collect the ball. Stages of this one.
Yeah, Zach Keller doing a great job post defense.
Drake Allen on the right wing. Meadow comes out to meet him. Trying to slip it to Falsleb instead. Back to Keller. Gives it to Colby King. King back to Templin. Templin on the right wing with 2, with 1, and won't get the shot off. Did not know the shot clock was winding down, and the Aggies get the defensive stop, forcing the turnover.
Great job by the defense, just holding firm and not letting down. And the crowd, I think, playing a part in that. Just the noise. Arians was a little disoriented, not aware of how much time was on the clock.
All right, here comes Elijah Perriman, who had 9 assists in that game against Memphis. Gets the screen from King, gives it back to King. He's got a wide open 3, no good. Rebound track down, and Gary Clark able to come down with it, but he slips it over to MJ Collins, and Collins draws the foul. Push from behind, that brings us to our under 12 timeout, and we're tied up at 12. Utah State, Boise State, 11:51 left in the half on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Calling all Utah State Aggies. You know who you are, and we know you love to come home to Cache Valley to cheer on your favorite Aggie teams. The University Inn has a special rate just for you. Enjoy free covered parking, free Aggie ice cream, and breakfast with the Waffle Bar, all in the center of the campus, just steps away from all the exciting Aggie home events. The University Inn has your cozy room at a comfortable price. Just ask for the Aggie Athletic rate.
11:51 left to go in the first half. We're all square. Utah State and Boise State tied up at 12 apiece. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for local stations to identify themselves. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield.
97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey Spencer, you feeling like a cookie? Let's do it. Tonight's game brought to you by Crumble, the fastest growing chain in the U.S., which was born right here in Logan, Utah. Crumble's rotating lineup, perfect way to brighten the day of your friends or family, or frankly just for yourself. Send a box of cookies and desserts to those who matter most today. Well, Utah State got out to such a hot start in Boise, and pretty much as you mentioned, ended that game in the first 5-6 minutes of that game. That's not going to be the case today. Boise State hanging in there.
Very different game thus far. Both teams taking care of the basketball. We've only had one turnover thus far in the first 8 minutes. Both teams rebounding the basketball. Boise State's got a 1-rebound margin. Both teams in the paint being efficient in the sense 8 points to Utah State, 6 to Boise. The one thing that you've pointed out thus far, Utah State having a hard time finishing. Boise State doesn't have a shot blocker, but they're doing a good job of just walling up and contesting them, and Utah State unable to finish thus far.
R.J. Keene was the one that drew that foul. That's his first and the second team foul on Boise State. Aggies have one. Elamine drew that early in the game. Inbound comes to Collins, who does not have a shot attempt yet in this game. Gary Clark, then to Perriman. Perriman slips a little bit, tries to get to the right elbow, then retreats. Entry pass to Clark. Clark's got good positioning and lays it up and in. As Clark able to seal off his man, Drew Fielder comes up limping a bit. And here comes Boise State with the Aggies leading 14-12. Andrews over to Meadows. Meadows lost the handle, and they're going to call Utah State for the foul. Colby King with the reach-in. It didn't appear that they were going to blow the whistle. The whistle came in a little late.
Yeah, I think the ref on our side thought the ref on the other side. It was kind of clear. Colby grabbed his arm. But...
yeah. Meadow inbounds to Andrew. Andrews, left wing, driving, baseline. Colby King cuts him off, then all the way back up top to Ahrens. Ahrens then to Andrews, who takes it down the lane, and Ahrens throws down the two-handed dunk.
That was a nice spin move. He's a lot bouncier than I thought he was.
Pass goes off the hands of Carson Templin, he and Colby King looking at each other like, I thought you were going to do this.
Yeah, Colby thought Carson was going to roll to the basket. Carson popped and thought he was going to get the delivery at the three-point line so he could line it up.
Boise State's made their last 3 field goals. We're all square at 14 apiece. Dylan Andrews slips it to Carmichael, gets it right back at the midcourt logo. Perriman tries to stay in his back pocket, so he has to slip it over to Fielder. Turnaround 3. Wow! Ooh. Drew Fielder, as we mentioned, 44% from three-point line in Mountain West Conference play. Gary Clark had a hand in his face, and he still knocked it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's one. He can't get more than 2.
Perriman crosses over R.J. King, slips it over to Clark. Clark can't handle it. He's able to field it all the way over as he tries to just kind of shove past it to Colby King. King can't collect it. It goes out of bounds, and the Aggies turn it over. Mason Falslev comes in for Colby King and says, hey, let's go. Let's get it going. Aggies trail by 3, 17-14, 10.5 minutes left in the first half. And it does feel like the Aggies kind of stuck in mud here in the early stages of this game.
You notice nothing in transition thus far, and that's where Utah State's got to start getting points.
Keene, back to Ahrens. Ahrens to Andrews. Andrews looking for Carmichael, but instead dishes to the corner, and the ball knocked out of the hands of Fielder. It'll go off of Utah State with 15 on the shot clock.
If you notice, Carson Templin pushing Fielder, posting up at like 17 feet and still not getting the ball. That is great post defense.
Inbound comes to Andrews. MJ Collins, who yet to have a shot attempt in this game, switches as he takes Ahrens. Ahrens kicks it back to Andrews. Andrews with 5. Andrews with 4. In the lane, off the glass. Good. And Boise State leads by 5, 19-14, 9:55 left in the half.
I know you don't want to do this as a guard, but with Andrews, it's almost like just play off him 5 feet and let him shoot the 3, because when he gets in the lane, he is trouble.
Yeah. Mason Falslev with the Aggies down by 5. Boise on a 7-0 run. Cross-court pass to Perriman. Steps back, shoots the 3. No good. And the rebound fought for goes out of bounds, and it will be Boise State's ball, I believe.
I think they're going to call a foul.
Oh, yeah. Adlin Elamine stood right in front of me. So the foul goes against Utah State. And that'll be the 3rd team foul on the Aggies. Zach Keller picks up his first.
Full court press. They went from 3/4 court. Now they're going full to try to keep him from getting it in.
Inbound comes to Andrews. Double teamed. Has to kick it over to Carmichael. He's got to run. Carmichael shoots the 3 in transition. No good. Had a man wide open on the far side. Ball knocked out of the hands of Utah State, and it will stay with the Broncos.
Boise did a good job of breaking that press. Carmichael 2-on-1 instead of going up for the layup or dishing it off to Fielder decided to take the 3. A little risky there.
Yep. And Keller couldn't corral the rebound. It goes off his hands.
Both teams physical. I mean, if you're not watching and you're listening, both these teams are grabbing and, physical.
Back to Carmichael. He'll shoot another 3. That's no good. And the ball controlled again by Boise State. Pass deflected away. Falls into the hands of Carmichael. Down in the post. It's Fielder on the baseline. Takes the shot up and no good. This time, Perriman skies for the rebound. Says, no way. Here comes Perriman in transition. Step back. Thought about the 3. Gives it to Keller. Gets it right back. Perriman over to Elamine. Elamine on the baseline. Couldn't collect it cleanly enough to shoot the 3, and he is fouled. That's going to go against Dylan Andrews, and that'll be the 3rd team foul on the Broncos, and the Aggies will get 20 back on the shot clock. But a good job by Boise State. You knew Perriman wanted to run and push the issue. Boise State's doing a good job getting back.
Yeah, 5 guys back and all aware of where the basketball is. Utah State still unable to get out in transition.
Neither team has a fast break point in this game. That is where Utah State absolutely obliterated Boise State in their first matchup. Perriman comes around the curl. Slings it over to Falslev. Falslev, baseline, floater, one hand, no good again. Mason can't get the shot to fall. He's now 0 for 4 from the field. And the entry pass down low to Perriman. Perriman, his reverse layup is good. And now it's a 21-14, a 9-0 run by Boise State. Aggies have gone over 3 minutes without scoring, And the Aggies trail by a touchdown, 21-14.
This is Boise State half-court game, not letting them get in transition.
Perriman still working the dribble. Over to Keller, back to Perriman. Perriman over to Elamine. Shoots the three. No good. And Zach Keller's able to rip down the rebound. Over to Perriman. Now to Elamine. He throws down the two-handed dunk. Another beautiful assist by Elijah Perriman, snapping the 9-0 Boise State run. 21-16. Broncos lead by 5. And the pass deflected away. Here's a steal. Utah State. Oh, Boise State, the Euro foul, smartly breaking up the Utah State fast break. That would have been a bucket going the other way, and Boise State saying, nope, we'll do the take foul, and we'll make you earn it in the half court. 21-16. Boise State leads by 5. That's the 14th foul on the Broncos. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
When Logan businesses need office tech, from copiers and printers, phones, security cameras, and managed IT, they turn to Fisher's Technology. Our local team is proud to be a part of the Cache Valley, with a local office providing top-notch service right here in town. We keep your office running smooth so you can focus on the big wins, on the field, on the court, and in business. Tech yeah, Aggies. Visit fisherstech.com to learn more.
It has never been easier to make the switch to solar. With Everline Solar, you simply take the money you already spend to rent power the old way and shift it over to pay for solar panels you own instead. We're helping thousands of homeowners go solar every year and growing fast. So we're hiring awesome people for all positions, including the industry's best summer and year-round sales program, as well as flexible work-from-home jobs. View open roles and apply today at everlinesolar.com.
Utah State, Boise State, Broncos lead by 5, 21-16, 7:49 left to go in the first half. A Rocky Mountain Dermatology serving northern Utah for 25 years with offices in Logan, Tremont, Brigham City, Marion, Slaterville, and Washington Terrace. When you need help with your skin, you got the experts there at Rocky Mountain Dermatology. So Boise State has controlled the tempo in this game, and you mentioned, we were talking during the break, 0 fast break points for either team. Boise, very happy about that. Utah State, that's not their game. They want to get out and run.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Memphis, similar. I mean, it's just they're having a hard time finishing and getting buckets in the half court. Memphis was similar. San Diego State was similar. But if we go back to the Memphis game, I mean, just a tornado of points just erupted in 2 minutes. And that's what I think everyone has to be aware of, Boise especially. And they're preaching to these guys, keep stopping them in transition, because 1 or 2 rebounds and Utah State gets out and running, it snowballs. And that's just what we're waiting for, kind of the dam to break and to go on one of those 13-2 runs.
You always wait for that avalanche, because usually when one fast break bucket happens, the next one comes up pretty quick. Mason Falslev 0 for 4 is yet to score. MJ Collins has not even taken a shot attempt in this game. Obviously no points from him.
Yeah, Zach Keller, Drake Allen with 3, Carson Templin with 2, but it's been Zach Keller. His 7 points, really important thus far.
Drake Allen working right to left as Perriman out of the game, back with Allen. Drake working right side, gets to the elbow. Neto's there to meet him. MJ Collins, there's that first shot attempt, and it's missed, and the ball nearly goes out of bounds, but able to be corralled by Meadow. So MJ Collins can't get the three-pointer to go. Buchanan slips to Meadow. Meadow to Parolin. Parolin looking back for Neto. MJ Collins comes out. Slings it back to Parolin. Parolin nearly lost the handle. Gives it over to Buchanan. Shoots the 3 and no good. MJ Collins rips down the one-handed rebound. Over to Drake Allen. Aggies looking to run. MJ Collins driving in the lane. Kicks it left to Falslev. Falslev driving, spins around his man, off the glass, good. There's the layup you wanted to see from Mason Falslev. Aggies down by 3, 21-18, and Jared Calhoun wants the press. MJ following Neto down the court as he crosses the timeline. Aggies slip back into the zone. Parolin to Carmichael, thought about the 3, poked away by Drake Allen. Here comes Utah State. Carson Templin, Euro step, blocked at the rim, but there's the layup on an offensive rebound by Adlon Elamine.
That's the transition we're talking about, right?
Yep.
Can turn it on, 4 points in 30 seconds.
Aggies at one point down 7, now on a 6-0 run, trail by 1, 21-20. And if you're Boise State, you hope this doesn't turn into that torrent of points that we've seen in the past from Utah State. Buchanan at the right wing, facing up against Falslev. With 5, with 4. Again, lost the handle. Steps back, has a foot on the line, shoots the shot, doesn't touch the rim. It should be a shot clock violation, though. Yes, because it didn't touch the rim. It'll be Utah State's ball.
Once again, great defense. I thought they were posting Buchanan up. I thought he was going to try to back Mason down, but Drake dipped in there just to give him a second thought, think, am I going to get double teamed? And that's what caused the shot clock violation.
Falslev over to Drake Allen. Aggies on a 6-0 run, trying to take the lead back, down by 1, 21-20, 5:55 left in the half. Carson Templin setting the screen. Allen over to King for 3. Yes, Colby King gets the 3, and the Aggies on a 9-0 run. And just like that, Boise State wants a timeout. Leon Rice not liking what he sees. 23-21. We'll go ahead and keep it here as Utah State. Boise State goes on a 9-0 run. Utah State answers with a 9-0 run of their own. Hey, calling all Aggies in Utah, show your Utah State pride and help fund student scholarships with the Aggie license plate. Visit usu.edu/A-plate and learn more. Well, Boise State's turned it over 3 times in the last 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Utah State's been able to turn those into points, and now the Aggies lead by 2.
Yeah, you look at that. A couple minutes ago, Boise State had 1 turnover. They have 4, and you said 7 points off those turnovers is what Utah State's been able to do. We talked about the tornado of a 13-2 run. Well, it's a 9-0 run. Let's see if they can get to 13-2 or something like that. But this is this Aggie team in a nutshell. They plug away, they plug away, they plug away, and then all of a sudden, couple stops, turnovers or rebounds, and they get out in transition, and all of a sudden they've scored 9 points in 2 minutes.
5:46 left in the half. Utah State leading 23-21 over the upset-minded Boise State Broncos. Aggies came into this game an 11.5-point favorite. Boise State's having none of that here in the early stages of this game, but right now Utah State in the middle of throwing a haymaker. Let's see how the Broncos respond. Inbound comes to Meadow as the Aggies back off a bit. Andrews brings the ball down the court. Drake Allen still riding his back pocket. Kicks it back up top to Fielder. Down in the post to Buchanan against Mason Falslev. But Carson Templin comes from behind and blocks it into the 3rd row. Carson Templin is adding block shot after block shot. That's a new element of his game that he has been fantastic with.
Timed it perfectly in the sense he knew where it was going. Mason was bodying Buchanan up. He threw it up there, and Carson just volleyball spiked it down.
23-21, 12 on the shot clock. It stays with Boise State. Fielder to Meadow. Meadow back to Fielder. Fielder can shoot that. Instead drives on Falslev, leaves it back to Andrews. Andrews drives into lane, and his shot is up and good. Got MJ Collins on the switch and was able to drive on him and able to lay it up and in. 23-23. That snaps Utah State's 9-0 run. Andrews already with 6 points in this game. Carson Templin for 3. Sir! Templin with a big smile on his face. Aggies lead by 3. 26-23. It's a 12-2 run. You talked about a 13-2 run. Aggies are close. Andrews on the right wing. Driving baseline. Kicks it over to Meadows, but the Aggies deflected out of bounds, forcing Boise State to inbound. Meadow was lining up for a baseline 3. Utah State does a good job breaking it up. 4:40 left to go in the half. Meadow will inbound on the baseline. 16 on the shot clock. Comes to Fielder. Up top to Andrews. Andrews rotates to the right side. Jared Calhoun barking out defensive signals. Now to Meadow. Meadow drives. Meadow in trouble and nearly blocked at the rim. I think Drake Allen did get a block. Here comes Utah State. Drake Allen driving. Leaving it for a trailing MJ Collins. Collins leaves it left. Templin for 3. No good. Airballed it. Ball still on the court. Utah State fights for it, but instead Here comes Boise State. Transition opportunity for them, but instead they pull it back. Jan Bohm. Bohm doesn't play a lot for Boise State. Only averages about 4 minutes a game, getting a quick run here in the first half. Driving his errands, and over to Fielder. Fielder loses the handle, and Carson Templin on the court. And what are they going to call? Timeout. It's Carson Templin forcing the turnover, getting the timeout. 3:52 left to go. Aggies lead by 3, 26-23. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Come chill with us in Logan, where we do winter right. Head outside for adventure you'll never forget. Bundle up and take a horse-drawn sleigh ride through a herd of 600 elk. We're home to Beaver Mountain and Cherry Peak ski resorts where you can ski, board, or even go tubing. Need some extra adrenaline? Rent snowmobiles at Beaver Creek Lodge. Don't forget Aggie basketball and hockey, live theater performances, and more activities than I can mention. Check it out at explorelogan.com/winter. That's explorelogan.com/winter.
3:52 left in the half. Utah State on a 12-2 run over the last 4 minutes and 11 seconds has turned a 7-point deficit into a 3-point lead. Progressive Insurance has insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs, all of which Spencer Nelson has in abundance. So for protection on the road and on the water, see how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com.
Most of the time, Scotty, the key is you don't need to have a boat. You need to have a friend who has a boat. And so I would like to just invite everyone, do what I do. When you need a jet ski, call Scotty. When you need a boat, call Scotty. When you need a paraglider, call Scotty.
You know, not a lot fits in that garage these days. So, all right, Utah State on a heater. Boise State trying to slow them down. Aggies want to break this thing open. This is going to be a really fascinating final 4 minutes of this half.
Yeah, thinking about the math, okay? Utah State goes, 13, 14 minutes of the first half, scoring 17 points, right? Or 15 points, sorry. And then all of a sudden, the last couple minutes, gets up to 26, and this last 3:52 is vital. We've seen teams come into the spectrum, fight, feel like they're in it, and then all of a sudden Utah State's going into halftime with a 12-point lead. Let's see if Utah State can do that again. Boise State obviously trying to do the contrary, trying to keep it close, either 3 or less going into halftime.
So Carson Templin gets credit for the steal, and then in the scrum gets the timeout, so the Aggies will have the ball inbounding on their baseline. Bohm stays in the game for Boise State. For the Aggies, Drake Allen, Mason Falslev, Colby King, Carson Templin are your 5 Aggies out on the court. And MJ Collins there in the far side. Inbound comes to Drake Allen.
Old Stu Morrill, 1-2-2, three-quarter court, taking the pace out of the ball.
Yep. Tim Duryea, the offensive coordinator, but still has a little bit of stew in him for defense.
Absolutely. Now they go to a man.
Drake Allen, left wing. Bohm comes out to meet him, gives over to Falslev. Falslev against Meadow. Drives around him, driving right lane, attacking, and fouled at the rim. And Mason Falslev will have a chance to get a couple free throws as Mason just crashing the paint, forcing the official to blow the whistle. Aggies have only attempted 1 free throw. Boise State's only 2. For the most part, these officials have let this game go.
Yeah, it's been very, very physical. I'm trying to figure out, Scotty, who did they call that? Can you tell who they called that foul on? Oh,
that's his second.
Yeah, gotcha.
In fact, R.J. Keene's going to come in probably for Aarons, who is dealing with those 2 fouls. Mason Falslev, as the crowd goes quiet, shoots free throw number 1 and knocks it down. So Falslev now's got 3 points on the night tonight. And here comes another free throw for Mason. Falslev lining up free throw number 2. Mason Falslev, number 1 in the Mountain West Conference in offensive rating. Guess who number 2 is? Colby King.
That's impressive.
Mason lining up free throw number 2. Aggies have their largest lead of 4, 27-23. Largest lead for the Broncos was 7 at 21-14. Second free throw by Mace is good. Mace now with 4 points. Utah State leads by 5, 28-23. It's now a 14-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes. Andrews with Drake Allen in his back pocket, crosses the timeline. Drake tries to poke it away. Aarons is still in the game, playing with those 2 fouls. As Boise struggling getting into an offensive set here. 12 on the shot clock. Finally, Fielder is able to collect at the free throw line, working against Carson Templin. Back in the hands of Andrews. Andrews behind the back dribble, step back, mid-range shot, no good, and the ball falls into the hands of Fielder. He has the ball ripped out of his hands. Aggies get away with a no foul call, and here comes MJ Collins. Collins the drive, the left-hand scoop shot. Yes! Wow! Hung on the rim and gets the friendly roll. And MJ Collins on the board, and the Aggies lead by 7, 30-23. It's a 16-2 run for the Aggies.
You look at that possession by Boise State. Dylan Andrews dribbling for 27 seconds. It's exactly what Boise wants to do.
Andrews, and another foul. That's going to go against Drew Fielder, crashing into the lane. Offensive foul against Boise State. That's their 16th foul, and the Aggies will get the ball back.
Utah State picking it up defensively. Their defense leading to offense. We talked about this last 3.5 minutes. You can go from 3 points to 12 or 13, and that's the trend right now for Utah State.
30-23, 7-point lead for the Aggies. Here comes Drake Allen. Meadow meets him at the 3-point line, so he kicks it over to Falslev. Falslev to Keller, and Keller has the ball knocked out of his hands. That's going to be a foul against Boise State. It'll go against Parolin.
I think they called a kickball.
Oh, a kickball, okay. Yep. Well, that would have been Utah State going to the line with Keller. Instead, it'll be 20 on the shot clock, 2:18 left to go in the half. Keller to Falslev, weaves to the left side of the court, looking for Collins. Collins then gives it right back to Mason Falslev, dancing behind the 3-point line, gets around Aarons, lays it up, and can't get it to go. Another missed layup by Mason Falslev, who's had a lot of good looks, and yells at himself as he comes down the court saying, come on. Missed opportunity for the Aggies to go up by 9 with 1:53 left to go in the first half. Andrews against Keller. A little bit of a mismatch. Andrews still pulls it down, slips it back over to Keene. Keene back to Andrews. Drives around Keller. Baseline jumper is no good. Tipped up and controlled by Mason Falslev. Taps it, and it still is in play. Boise State has it. Andrews driving. Good job by Colby King breaking up the pass and forcing Boise State to inbound on the baseline. The loose ball pickup by the Broncos looked to lead to an easy layup, and Colby King breaks it up at the last minute.
Utah State's defense right now is elite. They are scrambling like none other and making everything difficult for this Bronco team.
1:31 left in the half. Utah State leads by 7 on a 16-2 run over the last 6.5 minutes. Inbound with 16 on the shot clock. Comes to Parolin. Parolin then to Andrews. Andrews the drive. Gets into the lane, has to kick it back to Meadow. Meadow against Drake Allen, puts a shoulder into him to try to create some space. Now to Andrews with 4, with 3. Stepping behind the line. He won't get the shot off. Whoa, they're going to give it to him, and they're going to review it. Right now, they're counting. Actually, they have not put it up on the board. Yes, it is. They're counting it as a bucket, but they will take a look at it. I thought it was late, but we'll find out for sure as they will take a quick review on this one.
I thought it was late as well, Scotty. It just felt like it was still in his hands when the red light went off. But let's see if we can get a replay on the board up top.
By the way, beautiful job by Andrews. If it counts, that'll be his 8th point of the night tonight. As we're looking at the review here. Nope, they're going to wave that off.
Yep.
Not even close, honestly. Utah State's going to get the stop. They'll still lead by 7. It'll be a turnover on Boise State. And the official's still looking at it. I don't know why they need to take another angle on it. That's about as clear cut as you can get.
Yeah, it's still in his hand when the light goes off.
So that'll bring the score back to 30-23 with 1:12 left. Almost makes you a little nervous that they're looking at this again. Okay, now they break away from it.
Yeah, it's done.
If you were to tell me before the game that Mason Falslev would be 1 for 6 and MJ Collins would be 1 for 2 and the Aggies would still lead by 7, as they've waved off the bucket, it's a turnover on Boise State on the shot clock, and Mason Falslev will inbound on the baseline. Now that's 7 turnovers on Boise State over the last 7 minutes of this first half. 30-23. Inbound comes to Drake Allen. Meadow comes out to see him at the three-point line. Drake Allen works through a screen from Keller, then gives it to Collins. Collins crossover dribble, crosses over to the baseline, then gives it back to Allen. 15 on the shot clock. Drake Allen trying to drive around King. Steps back, gives it to Falslev. Falslev with 8. Falslev working against Buchanan, gets him in the post, and tries to slip it to Keller, can't do anything with it, and the ball easily stolen away by Parolin. Aggies turn it over. It has not been a great first half for Mason Falslev. 30-23. Aggies lead by 7. Have had a couple opportunities here to push it to 9. Parolin now to Neto. Neto against Colby King. Launches 4 feet behind the line. Leaves it short. Falls into the hands of Mason Falslev. Mason, crossover. Leaves it for a trailing Drake Allen to MJ Collins.
One shot. Coach is yelling. One shot. Smart. Very, very smart.
Here comes Drake Allen with 8. Drake puts his shoulder into Keene. Puts it up under. Missed it. And it'll be Utah State's ball with 3.2 left. You know, Boise State does not have good rim protection, but the Aggies are just struggling at the rim tonight.
Boise State trying to decide if they're going to contest it. They are going to switch it. R.J. Keene came over to the bench and said, I did not touch the basketball.
And honestly, I think he may be right.
Yeah, I think he is actually.
30-23. It's a 7-point lead with 3.2 left. Hey, it's your Aggies in the Pro segment. Not a lot going on with the All-Star break, so let's revisit the crazy night by Sam Merrill. 32 points on the heater.
It was pretty good.
That was. I know we've already talked about it once.
10 for 11. I will say this. We had the Aggies in Germany battling each other, former Aggies. Justin Bean defeated Stephen Ashworth the other day in Germany. But, yeah, like you're talking about now, Sam Merrill's been pretty boring. He hasn't made a bucket in the last week.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we've got to do, though, to get Sammy in the three-point shooting contest.
This is what I've asked from you, Scotty. You are the only one with that kind of power.
I got no power.
Call your friend. I don't want to name all your friends. Call your friend Saddam Ailber.
Yeah, it rhymes with Schmadam Schmilber.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And get him in the three-point contest. Fun to see Damian Lillard win it, but honestly, that's Sammy's crown. What do they get, 50 grand, 100 grand?
He could put that right back into his investment fund and make some money.
He'd be smart if he did. Be very smart if he did.
Hey, Sierra Restoration is your Aggies in the Pro segment, provided again by Sierra Restoration. Still no signal from the officials yet. I have not watched a replay, so your guess is as good as mine at this point, but just at first glance, I think Spencer and I both agree, I think this is going to be Boise State's ball.
I think so as well.
Zach Keller, by the way, as Coach mentions, he can usually in the past has only been able to play him for 2.5, 3 minute stretches before he wears out. Zach Keller has played a lot in this first half. He's got 12 minutes.
Let's see what the determination is.
Here comes the call. Yep. So Leon Rice gets the successful challenge, and so Boise will have the ball with 3.2 left, trying to cut Utah State's lead. Aggies lead by 7, 30-23. The Broncos will only have 3.2 left. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Boise State has not scored in the last 5 minutes and 14 seconds, by the way. Not 1 point in the last 5 minutes of this half.
Buchanan will inbound. Hand over to Parolin. Parolin gives it to Neto. Neto kicks it right. The three, no good. He didn't get it off in time, and he missed it anyway. Carmichael didn't get it off in time. Utah State's going to take a 7-point lead into the break. Good set there by Boise State, but just used a little too much time. Our score at the break, Utah State leads by 7, 30-23 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford Tough Trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Sign Pro is a proud supporter of Utah State Athletics and the preferred signage partner for all Utah State athletic venues. Whether you know exactly what you want or you have no idea, the design pros at Sign Pro have years of experience in turning customer visions into realities. No matter how big or small the project is, Sign Pro can get it done. Call us at 435-787-1999 for a quote on your next project.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different, and compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Calling all Aggies in Utah. Show your Utah State University pride and help fund student scholarships with the Aggie license plate. A-plate owners across the state have helped raise more than $3.25 million in scholarship support so far. Give the gift of education and ride with Aggie pride. Visit usu.edu/A-plate to learn more.
Utah State takes a 7-point lead into the break, 30-23. Aggies led in scoring. Zach Keller started it off for Utah State with 7 points. Scored the first 7 of the game for Utah State. Drake Allen, 1 for 5 from the field, only 3 points, but the Aggies are plus 12 when Drake Allen's out on the court. If you look at the plus minus, in terms of total points, though, 7 points leading the way. Carson Templin with 5 for the Aggies. As for Boise State, Dylan Andrews leading the way with 6. Aggies shooting 44% from the field, 3 of 10 from 3. Boise State 37%. The Aggies held Boise State scoreless over the last 5 minutes and 17 seconds, whereas Utah State, though, couldn't add to that lead, going scoreless nearly the last 3 minutes. We were stuck on 30-23 for a long spread there.
Yeah, it was a drudge match right there on both ends. Defensively, you talked about the refs letting them play. A lot of hands, a lot of grabbing, a lot of physicality, which makes it really hard to score. It was that burst in transition. They got a couple turnovers that led to layups in transition, or we call it secondary. It may not be a direct layup, but fast break that leads to a pass, then score to a basket. Mason was the beneficiary of that, and a couple guys were able to benefit from that.
Our score at the break, 30-23. Utah State leads by 7 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
What if there's an onion that won't make... Introducing Smiley's onions, grown right here in northern Utah. Smiley's aren't just sweet and full of flavor, they're also an onion that keeps you from crying. That means no more watery eyes, no goggles, and no more kitchen hacks. Smiley's onions are the perfect kitchen companion to keep your eyes and taste buds happy. Look for Smiley's in the sweet onion aisle. Just spot the pink Smiley's packaging to take home a taste of Utah's best. Learn more at Smiley'sOnions.com.
Sign Pro is a proud supporter of Utah State Athletics and the preferred signage partner for all Utah State athletic venues. Whether you know exactly what you want or you have no idea, the design pros at Sign Pro have years of experience in turning customer visions into realities. No matter how big or small the project is, Sign Pro can get it done. Call us at 435-787-1999 for a quote on your next project.
You need a deck. You want a pool. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A. member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 467014.
At Engel & Falkers Logan, our real estate advisors are known for their unmatched level of local neighborhood knowledge, paired with extensive global resources and personal connections to provide an exclusive experience tailored to each of our clients' unique needs. We dedicate our time, expertise, and passion to help you follow your dream home.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Utah State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome into the Salt Lake City studios. I'm Christian Esparza with your halftime scoreboard update as Utah State leads Boise State at the half, 30-23. Some big scores in the top 25 yesterday. We have a new number one in the country, Michigan. They won at number 7, Purdue, 91-80. Iowa picked up a big win at home over number 9, Nebraska, 57-52. Iowa's up to 19 wins on the season. Another upset in a messy conference. Arizona State won at home over number 13 Texas Tech, 72-67. That's a big win for the Devils. Still only 5 conference wins on the season for them. And of course, yesterday UCLA got hammered by number 15 Michigan State, 82-59. UCLA head coach Mick Cronin was not very happy about that one. On to today's scores, starting things off with a huge upset. Creighton with a thrilling road win at number 5, UConn, 91-84. It's the Huskies' first home conference loss this season, and Creighton is now 8-8 in the Big East. An exciting one in Tuscaloosa, double overtime matchup between number 25 Alabama and number 20 Arkansas. The Crimson Tide took this one by 2 points, 117-115. Huge performance from Darius Acuff Jr. Despite the loss, 49 points in 50 minutes from the freshman. Number 8 Kansas won on the road at Oklahoma State, 81-69. But this Darren Peterson situation continues to just be bizarre. 23 points for the talented freshman, but again, he sat for almost the entire second half. Went to the bench 2 minutes into the second half and did not re-enter the game after that. Over to Tucson, number 23 BYU lost on the road at number 4 Arizona. A.J. DeBonsa with 33 points on 27 shots with no Richie Saunders in the lineup. And Utah snapped their 16-game road losing streak today with a 61-56 win at West Virginia. On to the Mountain West, Wyoming beat Fresno State yesterday, 92-82, 22 points from Nasir Meyer. New Mexico put the beat down on Air Force, 98-61. That's win number 20 for the Lobos. San Jose State, big upset at home over Nevada, 87-71. And GCU adds another nice win to their resume. They won at San Diego State, 73-63. One other game in the Mountain West today, that's Colorado State at UNLV. Midway through the first half, UNLV leads 17-13. That's it on my end. Coming up next, we'll send you back to Logan for second half action with Scotty G and Spencer Nelson on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Gene Needham of S.E. Needham Jewelers. For more than a century, we have been selling diamond engagement rings. For the best price on diamonds, you must shop with a trained eye. This means you should compare many diamonds, use magnification, and ask specific questions. Why not? It will likely be the most important jewelry purchase you'll ever make. Right now on display, we have Utah's largest selection of beautifully cut diamonds. Our diamonds simply sparkle more, and they're offered at internet pricing. Shop and compare, where Utah gets engaged. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
Picture this, a bank that understands the unique rhythm of Utah, where the mountains meet the valleys and your financial dreams meet reality. From Ogden to Layton, Logan to Brigham City and Tremonton, and Murray to Orem, our branches are strategically placed to serve you better. Visit any of our local branches today. We're ready to be your financial ally. Your success is our success. D.L. Evans Bank, community banking since 1904.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
What if we told you there's an onion that won't make you cry? Introducing Smiley's onions, grown right here in northern Utah. Smiley's aren't just sweet and full of flavor, they're also an onion that keeps you from crying. That means no more watery eyes, no goggles, and no more kitchen hacks. Smiley's onions are the perfect kitchen companion to keep your eyes and taste buds happy. Look for Smiley's in the sweet onion aisle. Just spot the pink Smiley's packaging to take home a taste of Utah's best. Learn more at Smiley'sOnions.com.
All right, making our way towards the second half. Utah State leading Boise State 30-23. Big thanks to D.L. Evans Bank for supporting Aggie Athletics. D.L. Evans Bank, a community bank with local employees helping their community succeed. All right, Spencer, before we take our final break, there's a couple things you could look at. If you're Boise State, you're like, hey, we didn't score in nearly the last 6 minutes of the game, but yeah, we're only down 7. And if you're Boise, and if you're Utah State, you can say, hey, you know what? MJ Collins had 2. Mason Falslev was 1 of 6 and had 4 points, and we're still leading by 7. So both can be true.
Yeah, it tells you how tough of a basketball game is. Both teams are trying to justify exactly where they're at in their position, but it's true. Boise's saying we shot 37% from the field, 20% from three-point range, and we're only down 7 points, but you're exactly right. If Aggies guys get going, Mason starts finishing at the rim. MJ really hasn't gotten an opportunity to get going yet, but if he does, all of a sudden this thing could blow open and you could have another 18 to 20 point game just like Memphis.
30-23 is our halftime score. Utah State leads by 7 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Every great game starts with a strong lineup. Success takes the right team, the right tools, and the right strategy. At Les Olson IT, technology is our arena. Our team brings strategy, precision, and power to every play. When the pressure's on, we deliver championship-level performance. For over 70 years, we've helped businesses stay ahead, protected, and performing at their best. Play to win. Partner with Les Olson IT.
Les Olson IT. D.L. Evans Bank, banking with a local touch. We can't wait to welcome you to a better way of banking. Come join us on this exciting journey right here in Utah. Whether you're saving for that cabin in the mountains or starting a new venture, D.L. Evans Bank has the tools and expertise to help you succeed. And with our convenient online banking, managing your finances is a breeze. D.L. Evans Bank, community banking since 1904.
Aw, shucks, the game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync my game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
It has never been easier to make the switch to solar. With Everline Solar, you simply take the money you already spend to rent power the old way and shift it over to pay for solar panels you own instead. We're helping thousands of homeowners go solar every year and growing fast. So we're hiring awesome people for all positions, including the industry's best summer and year-round sales program, as well as flexible work-from-home jobs. View open roles and apply today at everlightsolar.com.
All right, just a few moments away from getting the second half started. Aggies ended the first half on a 16-2 run over the last 8 minutes of the first half. Utah State will try to take some momentum here into the second half. It's still just a 7-point game, though, for the Aggies, as it kind of felt like that Memphis game. Remember, Utah State really pushed that game out to 14 and never looked back. To Boise State's credit, they never let Utah State really put that nail in the coffin there in the first half, keeping this a 7-point game.
Man, there were a few opportunities that really could have pushed it to 10 and 12, but Boise State all of a sudden firmed up, got a few stops in the second half. But talking about Utah State firming up, in that final 5-6 minutes of the first half, I talked to you, it was the tip of the spear. The guard, whether it's Drake Allen or MJ Collins, at the top of that zone, gave Dylan Andrews and whoever else would get the ball, if it was Fielder or anyone else, fits. Just gave them fits, and they could never get comfortable and run their offense. Let's see if that intensity continues in the second half. If it does, then Boise State could be in for a long 20 minutes of basketball.
Utah State looking for their 23rd win of the season and their 13th in Mountain West Conference play. But Boise State still has a lot to say about it before this is all said and done. Alternating possession gives Utah State the ball to start the second half, as the Aggies now moving left to right in their all-whites and their throwback with a little baby blue trim there as Drake Allen crosses the timeline. Meadow makes him give it to Collins. Collins then to Falslev. Falslev looking backdoor to Collins. Couldn't quite find him, so he gives it over to Keller. Keller looking to drive back to Elamine for three. Yes, Adlin Elamine. He's got 5 on the night. What a way to start the second half. Aggies up by 10, 33-23. No hesitation from the freshman on that one.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better start. Great play. Ended up going to Elamine. It was initially for Collins, but Elamine got it.
And the ball knocked out of the hands of Buchanan. Buchanan touches last. It'll be Utah State's ball. Leon Rice wants a foul call.
I'll tell you what, Javen Buchanan having a really bad night for Boise State, 0 for 5, and really not bringing anything to the table thus far.
Drake Allen directing traffic. Elamine comes to the midcourt stripe, down to Keller. Keller, right wing, three-point line extended. Gives it back to Drake. Drake shoots the three. No good. Back iron. Drake struggling from the three-point line over the last stretch of games, shooting 28% in Mountain West Conference play. Andrews driving. Andrews, good look at the rim. Can't finish, though, and Keller pulls down the rebound. I think he made that shot look a little harder than it needed to be. Drake Allen leaves it for a trailing Keller. Back to Elamine. Adlon Elamine now back to Drake Allen with 20 on the shot clock. Retreats to the midcourt stripe to reset things. Over to Keller. Keller back to Elamine. Elamine driving back to Keller. Keller will rise. Fire for three. No good. Oh, man, I wanted this place to erupt with another Zach Keller three.
Double-digit Zach Keller points.
Andrews slings it over to Carmichael. He shoots the three. He can't get it to go. Ball knocked out of hand. Ooh, I thought that was going to go off Keller. Instead, it will be Utah State's ball. Adlon Elamine inbounds it to Drake Allen. Aggies lead by 10, 33-23. Minute and a half of the first half.
I just see Aggies wearing this Bronco team out.
Falslev driving. Falslev gets under his man, lays it up and in. Fielder was there to help and then dropped off, and Mason said, all right, you're not there anymore. I'll go ahead and lay it up and in. Mason Falslev, 6 points on the night. Crossbar back to Fielder. MJ Collins, bit of a mismatch over to Buchanan in the post against Keller. Puts a shoulder into him. The right hand floater, that won't go. Out of bounds, and Boise State's ball.
2 Aggies fought for it there, but still, Zach Keller doing a good job holding his own against Javen Buchanan on the jump hook. Just really, really solid defensive performance right now by Utah State. Boise State not having an answer for it.
I think this is Zach Keller's best game as an Aggie.
Absolutely.
Meadow. Down to his man in the post. Fielder has a wide open shot, can't go, gets his own rebound, pushes it up and in. Saw the mismatch against MJ Collins on the switch. Didn't get the first shot to go, but easily out-rebounded Collins and put it back up and in. 35-25. Utah State leads by 10. Largest lead has been 12. Falslip in trouble in the lane. Nearly turned it over on the travel. Puts the shot up and in. Spun around once, spun around twice, and Mason Falslip off to a great start here in the second half. He's got 8 points overall.
Those were the shots that weren't falling, and that's Mace just being persistent, knowing that that's his game.
Meadow looking for Fielder against Keller, but instead has to give it to Andrews. Andrews on the left wing, three-point line extended. Now to Fielder. Fielder driving against Keller. Lost the handle. Ooh, they're going to call Keller with the foul. Ticky-tack. I would have let that one go. As Carson Templin and Elijah Perriman. By the way, I had both those guys on the coaches show, and I asked Elijah Perriman, what sealed the deal to get you to Logan? He goes, Carson Templin. Yeah. Templin was his host. And Templin apparently one heck of a salesman. If you're happy Elijah Perriman's here, it's because Carson Templin apparently is a heck of a host. Fielder shoots the three. Wow, over the top of Carson Templin and knocks it down. 37-28. That's the second long-range three by Fielder.
And Carson was there. Carson was right on him. That's the only one you can give him. I told you, no more than 2 for Fielder.
Falslip tries to get that three right back, and he does. Straight away three, crossover dribble, step back, and smooth as silk. Mason Falslip knocks it down. Aggies back up by 12, 40-28. And Mason, that first half personally, he's got 11 points. 7 of them coming here in the second half. Fielder against Templin. Down in the post to Buchanan. His layup over the top of Falslip, and Elamine gets it to go. Nice seal. And he's able to get his first bucket of the game. 40-30. Aggies trying to run away and hide. So far, Boise State matching him bucket for bucket here over this last stretch. Falslip, crossover. Falslip in the lane. Another push shot. That's up and good. He can't be stopped. Mason has complete control of this game offensively, and he is feeling it. 42-30. Aggies back up by 12. Now trying to string together some stops. Meadow to Fielder against Elamine. Kicks it back. Fielder thought about the three. Instead kicks it right. Meadow, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. What a great rebound by Elijah Perriman over Buchanan. Perriman still working the dribble. Retreats. Gets the screen from Templin. Templin flashes. And Perriman sees him, and his ball is blocked, but they're going to call a foul against Boise State. That'll go against Fielder as Fielder picks up foul number 2 on the night. That brings us to our under 16 timeout. Utah State leads by 12 against Boise State on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Enjoy more ways to save at Smith's, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Smith's app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Smith's, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Dear ski trip, the Toyota RAV4 is your season pass for endless fun. Want to carve up a back road on your way to the slopes? The RAV4's available all-wheel drive keeps you confident, and available heated seats keep you cozy. A suite of top-notch safety features watches your back. Unlock the magic of winter with a new RAV4. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Difference right there.
42-30 our score. Utah State leads by 12. Let's pause 10 seconds for local stations to identify themselves. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield.
97. 97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
15:23 left in the half. H&R Block is there to help you as tax season ramps up. As the Aggies are dropping dimes here against Boise State, H&R Block is here to help you in assisting and scoring big with your refund. When it's game time for your taxes, come see the experts at H&R Block in Logan, owned and operated by proud Aggie alumni. All right, so Mason Falslev, who had 4 points in the half at the break, and now has 13 and has really taken over here in the second half.
We talked about it, right? Both teams trying to justify where they're at and saying, hey, we're still in this game. Talked about if MJ Collins and Mason Falslev, Utah State's guys, get going, that's what's going to make the difference, and that's exactly what it's been thus far. It's Mason coming in, scoring at will in the paint, knocking down a three-pointer, pushing the Aggie lead to 12, and it just has the feel right now that they're just holding on by their fingertips, Boise State that being, and if they let go for a second, Utah State's going to push this thing to 15, then 20 quickly.
Shockingly, neither team has a fast break bucket in this game. Yeah, Zero fast break points.
Like I said, there's been a couple secondary points, but you're exactly right. Not just one breakaway dunk or layup. Right? Yeah.
So Carson Templin will go to the line for 2 free throws, with the Aggies leading by 12, 42-30. Templin makes the free throw. One more coming up. 43-30. Templin now 6 points on the night. Crowd goes quiet, shoots the free throw, knocks it down. Carson Templin 2 for 2 on that trip, and the Aggies have their largest lead of 14, 44-30. Neto creates a little bit of space. Puts a little shoulder into Colby King, extends the arm a bit, picks up the dribble, hands over to Fielder. Fielder right wing, back to Carmichael. Thought about the three. Carmichael, though, puts the ball on the court, drives to the corner, down in the entry to Fielder. Fielder against Templin. Aggies bring a late double team. Fielder's able to score over the top of it, as the Aggies didn't quite close out on that double team soon enough.
I'll tell you what, that's his second left-handed jump hook. He's got a really nice left-handed jump hook.
Yeah, Fielder, you can see the ability that he has, 6'11", as Elamine bounces to Templin in the post, but he comes back outside the three-point line, then drives on Fielder, tries to go up and under. The fadeaway jumper, no good. Don't love that shot.
Yeah, a little bit above his pay grade, to be honest with you, but that's okay.
Aggies lead by 12, 44-32. Neto, his reverse shot blocked at the rim. So Templin gets the block. Here comes Perriman. Perriman, beautiful pass. Elamine, corner, yes, 3. A no-look pass from Elijah Perriman to Adlon Elamine. He's got his second made 3 of the half, and the Aggies up by 15, 47-32.
Yep, the dam is breaking right now, I'm telling you.
Buchanan works it over to Meadow, and Meadow's going to draw the foul against Templin. Carson picks up his first foul. Put 20 on the shot clock, and Boise will inbound, down by 15. And you're Boise State, you're thinking, you know what, for the most part, we played pretty well. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and you're down by 15.
Yeah. They just haven't been able to get stops in Utah State. Mason Falslev, right, in this second half.
Neto inbounding on the baseline after the foul by Templin, second team foul for Utah State. Back to Fielder. Templin has to guard him closely because he can shoot from that range, as we've seen already. Fielder spins around, fadeaway baseline jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Perriman. Perriman quickly to Elamine. Elamine's in trouble, and he traveled with it. Yep. Pass, and Templin knocks down the 3, and Elamine's a little upset with himself. Pass was a little long by Perriman, but the Aggies get the turnover. So here comes Boise State. Aggies miss an opportunity in the fast break. Holy cow. Neto's just putting a shoulder into Colby King. I like the fact they're not calling a whistle there. Just let it go. Neto is taking it personal against Colby King. Spins out, hands to Fielder. Fielder tries to shoot over Keller. Can't do it. Now back to Meadow with 8 on the shot clock. Meadow runs right into Keller, puts the shot up, and they're going to call it N1 after he initiated the contact.
Zach Keller was as squared up as you could possibly be. I mean, Meadow just went straight into his chest. I don't know what else Zach Keller could have done in that situation.
Well, you know, if you give him the bucket, that's fine, but don't call the whistle.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So Meadow has got 7 points.
We got the Max Rice, or the Leon Rice baseball card up there. It's the best.
Free throw good by Meadow. He's got 8 points on the night tonight. And Boise State has cut Utah State's lead to 12, 47-35. And Elamine, who now has 10 points on the night tonight. Falsliv in double figures. Elamine in double figures. 4 of 5 from the field, including 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Collects the pass, gives to Keller. Keller looking for Falsliv. Falsliv trying to drive around Neto. Puts his body into him, puts the shot up, no good. Elamine tries to get the rebound, but Neto is able to tap it over to Parolin. Neto, as Boise State still hanging in there, only down by 12 after Utah State was trying to cut it to 18. Neto a little showboating, have it over to Meadow, back to Neto, and the ball deflected out of bounds with 12 seconds on the shot clock. It'll stay with Boise State as Collins will come in, Gary Clark will come in, Mason Falsliv checks out, and Elamine checks out. Let's see if Collins can pick up that offensive pace with Falsliv out of the game. Meadow inbounds to Neto. Working against Perriman. Neto with 6. Neto with 5. Crossing it over. Ball knocks out of his hands. Comes back to collect with 2. With 1. Takes the contested shot and it goes out of bounds. Shot clock violation. Perriman is having enough of Neto's nonsense and D'd him up nicely.
I'll tell you what, it is these guards, these Boise State guards, having a difficult time with the Utah State guards. Perriman, Drake Allen, Colby King, MJ Collins just being so solid outside the three-point line. These guards aren't able to get anything going on.
Andrews coming in. Neto checks out. As Leon Rice pulls him aside. Gives him some encouragement.
Try to hit the backboard next time.
Perriman on the left wing. Gary Clark sets the screen. Perriman driving. Crossover. And has to retreat. Gives it to Collins. Collins in the post to Clark. Gives it back to Collins. Collins the baseline drive. Tries to dish it to Clark and turns it over. Boise State forcing the turnover. Utah State getting a little lackadaisical here. Not having a chance to really put the finishing touches on Boise State, allowing the Broncos to hang in there. Andrews, crossover behind the three-point line. Cross-court pass deflected. Meadow still able to collect it with 10 on the shot clock. Meadow, double team, hands over to Aaron, shoots the 3, no good, tries to sell the foul, doesn't get it, and here comes Colby King. King to Perriman. Perriman, layup, good. There's your fast break bucket. And Leon Rice wants the timeout. Leon trying to sell that foul on the three-point shot. That was a little bit of a flop on Boise State, and Utah State turns it into a fast break bucket, 49-35. Timeout on the court. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
Hey, Utah! D.L. Evans Bank is your go-to for all things banking right here in Utah. At D.L. Evans Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial partners. And guess what? We're proud to serve the great communities across the beautiful state of Utah. Swing by any of our branches and experience banking with a local touch. D.L. Evans Bank. Community banking since 1904.
What if we told you there's an onion that won't make you cry? Introducing Smiley's onions, grown right here in northern Utah. Smiley's aren't just sweet and full of flavor, they're also an onion that keeps you from crying. That means no more watery eyes, no goggles, and no more kitchen hacks. Smiley's onions are the perfect kitchen companion to keep your eyes and taste buds happy. Look for Smiley's in the sweet onion aisle. Just spot the pink Smiley's packaging to take home a taste of Utah's best. Learn more at Smiley'sOnions.com.
Utah State with a 14-point lead, 49-35, 11:43 left to go. Hey, if you're looking for a great spot to grab a bite to eat, check out Prodigy Brewing on Center Street, Logan's first family-friendly brew pub, where you have a chance to check out delicious food, refreshing drinks, and Trivia Tuesday. And we'll be back up here tomorrow for the Coaches Show, featuring Jared Calhoun. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, again, at Prodigy Brewing. Stop by, say hi. You're able to interact, ask questions. We got some great food for you, too. All right, so this is Utah State's won games primarily by scoring points, fast break, and just breaking a team's will. Tonight, they're playing Boise State style a little bit, and they're playing a defense. Tonight, I think they're winning in a different way that's, I think, really impressive to watch.
Yeah, they're having to do it in the half court because Boise State is doing a good job getting back in transition. Now, that Perryman layup being the very first transition point, fast break point that Utah State has scored, talking about we're pretty much 30 minutes into this game. That's unusual. That's not what they want to do. They want to get out and run, but it is good to see them in the half court executing, and especially in the second half. Mason Falslip stepping up and getting them off to the right foot in the first 9 minutes of this second half.
14-point lead for Utah State. Aggies lead 49-35. Cool moment. Assistant coach Manny Robinson talking to Colby King, giving him an earful, just saying, do this, do this, do this. Colby King just smiles at him, pats him on the backside, goes, I'm good, coach. Got this. I got this. He's had the defensive presence of trying to slow down Andrews, who is just a tremendous player for Boise State, and he's gotten his points, but Utah State, for the most part, doing a good job keeping him in check. And Colby King just picked up a foul at the midcourt stripe as I said that.
That's Leon Rice.
The Leon Rice factor in it. Yeah.
Lobbying for the last 7 minutes on that.
And now that'll bring us to our media timeout. First one is the Leon Rice timeout. This one's a media timeout. 11:36 left to go in the game. Aggies lead by 14, 49-35 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
You need another bathroom. You want a back patio retreat. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 467014.
At Engel & Falkers Logan, our real estate advisors are known for their unmatched level of local neighborhood knowledge, paired with extensive global resources and personal connections to provide an exclusive experience tailored to each of our clients' unique needs. We dedicate our time, expertise, and passion to help you follow your dream home.
.36 left in the half, left in the game. Utah State leads by 14, 49-35. Hey, stay cozy this winter with a variable speed Bryant Evolution system, including Perfect Heat Plus and Perfect Humidity Plus technologies. Find a dealer today at Bryant.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Great thing about Aggie fans, the guy's not able to be here, couldn't make it. What text do I get? He's not worried about the score. He says, what's Leon Rice's tantrum counter up to?
They are keeping and by the way, they have now tied it, the herd has tied it into charity, where you can essentially, it's like a walkathon or something like that, where you try to match dollars for amount of miles you walk. Well, now they're matching dollars for amount of tantrums Leon Rice throws. But don't mistake yourself, they work. Because that foul was very much related to a Leon Rice tantrum.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really only had one. As I've watched him, he's been kind of mellow, and he hasn't worked the refs nearly as much as he does. But I think it's partly because they haven't been in the game, really. And partly I think the refs have done a good job of letting both teams play at the same level of physicality.
All right, here we go. Boise State with the ball. Aggies lead by 14, 49-35. 11:35 left to go in the ball game. Utah State looking for win number 23 on the season. Andrews, crossover dribble, Looking to set the screen, and now instead driving against Colby King. Gets caught up on the baseline. Slings it over to Parolin. Parolin then to Aaron. Aaron's the drive, and blocked from behind. They're going to call a jump ball. Great job. That's Drake Allen tying him up mid-shot. It'll stay with Boise State, but 11 on the shot clock. And Drake Allen, by the way, is a very sneaky, good shot blocker as well for a guard.
Well, he's freakish athletic. Drake is unbelievably athletic.
Inbound comes to Colby King. King, then to Meadow. Meadow for three. No good. And their nice rebound pulled down by Colby King. King running the break, crossing the timeline, slows it down, gives it to Drake Allen. Dylan Andrews, as the ball now goes to MJ Collins, nearly lost it out of bounds. Now to Keller, no way. Oh my gosh, yes indeed. He hits it, outlets it to Gary Clark, held speechless as it's the big man raining threes, his first made three of the season. Parolin slips it back to Aarons. Aarons, cross-court pass to Keene. Keene slings it back over to Meadow. Meadow, the baseline drive, lost the handle. It's still on the court. Great job by Colby King diving to force the ball out of bounds. It'll be off of King, but 7 on the shot clock.
Just the level of intensity that Utah State has on the defensive end. Boise just doesn't have an answer for it.
Aggies lead by 17, 52 to 35. Aggies have made 7 out of their last 9. Boise on a nearly 3-minute scoring drought. Andrews steps back, shoots the three, and misses it. Falls into the hands of Keller. Keller gives it over to Colby King. Back to Drake Allen. Drake gets to the wing, leaves it for a trailing Keller. Keller the drive. Keller shoots, miss, fouled. He'll have 2 free throws. Thought for a second he was going to crank the 3.
He wanted to, but I'll tell you what, Zach Keller, this is a new side of him after whatever game it was last that he hit it. Maybe it was the Memphis game, probably, and then all of a sudden he is looking for his game offensively and being aggressive.
52 to 35. Zach Keller shooting 2 free throws. First one by Zach is going to be well short. I'm going to say it grazed iron.
Once again, you have a problem with the truth when you say stuff like that.
One more coming up.
We did text the guy. He is closing the doors. That breeze came through, unfortunately.
Keller, a 43% free throw shooter. Second free throw by Zach. Looks much better. Yep, knocks it down.
Thanks for closing the door. Appreciate it.
53 to 35. Utah State leading by 18 with 10 minutes left to go in the game. Dylan Andrews working against King. Slips it over to Fielder. Fielder to Keene. Back to Fielder. Fielder has MJ Collins try to sneak in and tip it away. Instead, he gets called for the foul. 15th foul on the Aggies with 9:53. And I don't mind you taking a chance there, but you don't want to let Boise State get into the penalty with 8 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, you don't. MJ Collins, still very interesting night. Only 2 points thus far.
His season low on the year was 7 against Weber State in a blowout where he didn't play much. Fielder driving against Keller. Fielder gets around him, gets in trouble, has to give it back to Andrews. Andrews at the elbow, back to Fielder. Fielder has it blocked by Utah State, gets his own rebound. Push shot, that is missed. And tapped up and controlled by Utah State. Keller is going to outlet it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Utah State's ball. Andrews tips it out of bounds, nearly had himself a turnover. Aggies trying to run and find Colby King. King wasn't ready for the pass.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm saying the same thing over and over, but I can't believe how good Utah State is defensively, and Boise State just not having an answer. Taking the shot clock down the entire time and not getting a good shot on every possession.
Utah State leads by 18, 53 to 35, 9:26 left to go. Aggies with their largest lead of this game, trying to add to it. Gary Clark, who hit his first 3 of the game, first 3 of the season, gives it to Collins. Collins drives with a left hand, scoop it up and in. MJ Collins has got 4, and the Aggies lead by 20, 55 to 35, 9:10 left to go as the crowd chanting up by 20. Dylan Andrews guarded by Clark. Likes that matchup. Drives around him. Puts the shot up. No good. Left it short. Drake Allen outlets it to MJ Collins. Showtime. Two-handed dunk. Jared Calhoun going to the crowd saying, let's go. This place is on fire. Utah State's on fire as the Aggies trying to euthanize the Broncos, leading by 22. 8:52 left to go in the ball game as the Aggies on a 10-0 run. They've outscored Boise State 27-12 here in the second half.
You could just feel Boise State just holding on, just trying to hold on for dear life. And I said it earlier, probably at the 15-minute mark, when it went from 12, when it went to 15, you could just tell it wasn't going to be Boise State's night. Now it's a matter of, are they going to keep it at 20, or is Utah State going to extend this thing to 30?
Bank of Utah and Utah State Athletics teaming up this season to donate to Hoops for Hope. This season, Bank of Utah donating $1 for every point the Aggies score at home to the family place. Big thanks to Bank of Utah for their continued support of Utah State Athletics and the Cache Valley community. Well, this has been a defensive clinic that Utah State's put on.
That's exactly what it's been. It's been a defensive clinic by Utah State. And we all know that Utah State is not going to let off the gas pedal. Memphis game has told us they are going to go and go and go and not let down. And so really Boise State's just fighting there for their life to not keep it at 20.
Buchanan inbounds to Andrews, gives it back to Buchanan. As much struggles as Boise State has had this year, they're still 58 in Ken Palm. This will qualify as a quad 2 victory if Utah State's able to hold on and win. Neto to Fielder. Fielder puts the shot up, blocked from behind by Templin, but they're going to say Templin got him on the hand, and it'll be a foul as Templin, I believe that will be his second foul, but it will be 2 free throws. Aggies currently on a 10-0 run. Boise hasn't scored in the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Fielder's going to try to end that here at the free throw line, where he's a near automatic 78% free throw shooter.
Great pull.
Shooting right into a very active student section. Fielder, first free throw, good.
Knocks it down. I mean, he's the only guy in double digits. You've got him with 12. You've got Meadow with 8, and then it's a bunch of dudes with 2. Dylan Andrews with 6, but he had 6 points in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Here comes the second free throw. That is good. As Utah State leads by 20, 57-37. 8:30 left to go in the game. Drake Allen kicks it to Colby King, left wing. MJ Collins coming around the curl. Instead, Templin sets the screen. Colby King goes the other way. Leaves it for Gary Clark. Back to Collins. Shoots the 3. No good. Rebound ripped down by Buchanan. Out to Boise State. Trying to get this lead under 20. Andrews to Fielder. Tapped out of his hands. Here comes Gary Clark. Slinks it to Drake Allen. Allen the drive. Allen to Collins. Baseline 3. It is up. It is good. Utah State up by 23, 60-57. Points off of turnovers, leading to fast break buckets on the other end. Andrews hands to Buchanan. 7:40 left to go in the game. Aggies with their largest lead. Buchanan against Templin. They're going to call Templin with the shove. And that brings us to our under 8 timeout. Aggies on their way to another victory, leading by 23 with 7:38 left to go in the game on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford Tough Trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's 4, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Utah State leading Boise State 60-37, 7:38 left to go in the game. Utah grown and tear-free. Smiley's tearless and sweet onions, smooth as the Aggies are playing right now. No tears, all flavor, available now at your local grocery or club store. So Utah State handed out 400. Well, I should say Utah State, the herd, the student section, handed out 400 t-shirts. And on the front it says herd. They handed out that and a bunch of Lays. And on the back of the shirt it said, my D2 team is the Hawaii Pacific University Sharks, the Division II team that shocked Boise State the first game of the year. Now, you and I were a little nervous. I felt a little jinxy, but as of right now, no jinx.
No jinx. This car is in the garage, Scotty, and recliner. Everyone's going to stay here because everyone loves to see the Broncos lose in terms of an Aggie fan, but man, Boise State has had no answer for what Utah State has thrown at them defensively. Refs have called a couple fouls in the last couple minutes on Utah State, but previously weren't, and that level of physicality, the switching primarily, has just made Boise State's guards so uncomfortable on the offensive end.
How about this stat? Boise State has 12 offensive rebounds. Utah State has 3. That's a 9-rebound discrepancy. However, Utah State still has more second chance points, 6-5 over Boise State. Aggies have 17 fouls. Boise State with just 2. Buchanan will shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Another elite free throw shooter at 83%. First free throw is good. Rattles it home. Oh my goodness. Fielder just put an elbow into the chin of Carson Templin. This thing's going to get a little heated here before it's all said and done.
Could get a little chippy.
Templin finds a way to be on the business end of a lot of those shots. Both free throws are good. 60-39, 21-point lead with 7:38 left to go. Colby King directing traffic. Slings it over to Drake Allen. Allen working left to right. Allen hands over to Mason Falslev, who was so key in the first stretch of the second half. Drake Allen, cross court, back to Mason. Mason pump fakes, drive, floater, right hand. Can't get the friendly roll, but he rips it out of the hands of Fielder and lays it up and in. That's just round ball larceny right there.
I'll tell you what, Fielder just turned around and Mason just said, I'll take that from you. That is Mason to a T.
Andrews driving, puts a shot off the glass, nearly blocked, misses it. Fielder gets the offensive rebound. That putback won't go. And Carson Templin and Andrews tie it up. It'll be Utah State's ball. 62-39. The Aggies causing all kinds of issues for Boise State at the rim. Inbound comes to Colby King. Andrews comes out to meet him, so he kicks it over to Drake Allen. Allen tonight, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. Has not turned it over. Drake's been struggling with turnovers a bit, but no turnovers so far tonight. Colby King back to Falslev. Falslev double teamed and fouled. It'll either be Andrews or Fielder who will collect that foul. It'll only be the 3rd team foul against the Broncos, but it will put 20 on the shot clock, and the Aggies will inbound on the baseline. It'll go against Carmichael. Drake Allen gives it up top to Colby King. King to Gary Clark. Clark then hands back over to Drake Allen. Neto in to guard him. Drake drives right past him and fouled from behind, and Neto puts his hand up and says, yep, that's me. I wasn't going to let him embarrass me, so I'll make him earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, you teach players to do that. If a guy's going to crowd you that much, which Neto was doing, just go by him. Just go by him. It's so hard for someone to stay in front of their man if they're bodying him up like that. Great job by Drake and getting to the free throw line.
Aggies have only attempted 7 free throws tonight. Both teams have only attempted 7 free throws. Drake misses the first one. So Utah State now 6 of 8 from the line. Boise State 6 of 7. For a game that's been as nasty and physical as it's been, refs for the most part have let it go. Drake goes 1 for 2, misses the first, makes the second. Aggies back up by 24, 63-39. 6:20 left to go in the game. Neto to Buchanan, back to Neto. Guarded by King. Aggie switch, slips it to Carmichael for 3. Wow, missed it by a mile. Gives it over to Clark, who had the ball just ricochet off the backboard into his hands.
I mean, Boise State shooting 17%, 3 of 18 from the three-point line. Utah State doing a good job. 2 of those are fielder, right?
Yeah. Boise State in the half shooting 5 of 23, 21%. And the pass intended for Clark deflected away. Aggies turn it over. Neto trying to get points going the other way in transition. And his pass to Buchanan deflected. Buchanan's able to collect it in the corner. Up top to Carmichael. Carmichael nearly traveled with it. Turnaround shot doesn't go. And the rebound pulled down by Colby Keene. 5:20 left to go. Aggies lead by 24, 63-39.
Broncos getting frustrated. Fielder was really upset Carmichael took that shot and started yelling at each other. Falling apart.
That's not a good sign. Colby King gives it over to Falslip. Falslip to Clark. Clark back to Mason. Mason then to Drake Allen. 4 on the shot clock. Drake's going to have to hoist it. Puts the shot up and nearly got the friendly roll. The desperation 3, but Utah State able to milk some time off the clock. Buchanan, full head of steam, leaves it for Neto. Neto driving, leaves it for Carmichael. Carmichael back to Andrews. Andrews shoots the 3 and knocks it down from the left wing. Boise had gone nearly 2 minutes and 50 seconds without scoring. Finally, they get the 3. It's a 21-point game, and Jared Calhoun wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. If you're looking for the best gear to support your Utah State Aggies, check out Locker 42 on Main Street or stop by their location in the Spectrum. For the best deals on Aggie gear, Locker 42 is the place to go. Visit Locker 42 online or locker42.com, or you can call the store at 435-787-0042.
I believe that was the first field goal. They made a couple free throws, but I think that was the first field goal for Boise State in the last 8.5 minutes. Yeah, just unable to score the basketball. Once again, you got to give Utah State credit. Just playing really elite defense, making everything difficult for these guys.
Utah State, if they're able to hold on to win, which Spencer says they will improve to 23-3 on the season and 13-2 in Mountain West Conference play. And after Grand Canyon went to Viejas, and the officials want a timeout here.
The clock didn't start.
Hey, everybody's having a good time here. Who needs a better time when Utah State's rolling? 4:36 right now is on the clock. That'll drop a little bit. Hey, from jerseys to hats and more, fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. So they take 4 seconds off, 4:32 left to go. Drake Allen gets the inbounds, crosses the timeline, hands over to Mason Falslove, to Zach Keller, then to Adlon Elamine, who's in double figures with 10. Mason gets the ball, Mason driving. Mason puts the shot up, no good, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So Mason Falslove had 4 points at halftime. He's got 15 now in the game and has a chance to add to that total. Utah State shooting 63% in the second half. Boise State 24%. That's usually means things aren't going well for you. Boise State.
And I mean, just defensively, that's what you want to do as a team, is just make them so uncomfortable, make everything difficult. And Boise State just struggling from 2-point range, from 3-point range. Only thing they're making is their free throws.
Mason misses the first free throw. Second one, no good. Mace goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Not the only thing that hasn't gone right for him here in the second half. Neto with the ball, guarded closely by Drake Allen. Comes to the right side, hands over to Buchanan. Buchanan back to Neto. Neto will launch the three. Good. So back-to-back made threes by Boise State. Cuts Utah State's lead to 18, 63-45. 3:55 left to go. And a technical is called against Leon Rice. And the crowd goes crazy. Leon Rice just got teed up after his team just made a three. And Utah State will send MJ Collins to the line when we come back. Our final media timeout. Aggies lead 63-45. We'll try to add to that total coming up next on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
What's better than a credit card with low interest? How about one with no interest? For a limited time, when you open a new America First Visa credit card, you'll enjoy 0% APR for the first 6 months. Transfer your balances from higher rate cards to your new America First card to consolidate debt and potentially save yourself a lot of money. That's 0 interest for 6 months. Interested? Then hurry to americafirst.com to apply today. Introductory variable annual percentage rate is subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Other limits and requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCAA. Equal opportunity lender.
Sick of gray, gloomy winter hibernation? At Kohl's, you can make spring come early with colorful accents that brighten up your home, like vibrant cookware and decor, cozy bedding and towels. Plus, Kohl's Rewards members save 15% on home purchases. So shop Kohl's Home Refresh and move on to spring. The weather will catch up eventually. Select styles. Offer ends March 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Boise State's made back-to-back threes, but Utah State leads by 18, and after Boise State just made their last three, Neto was able to bury it, and then Leon Rice gets hit with a technical. So MJ Collins will be shooting the technical free throws. Hey, join Altabank in donating goods to support the William A. Bernard Warming Center. Bring needed items to any Altabank branch or any men's or women's home basketball games or gymnastic meet in February. And as a bonus, you get free popcorn from the concession stand when you make that donation. Broncos had missed 12 shots in a row before making those back-to-back threes.
Yeah, they I guess you revert to the mean, but little too late for the Broncos.
Drake Allen, just 4 points, 2 rebounds, but he has dished out 5 assists. He's played 26 minutes. And Perriman, who looked so great against Memphis, only has 10 minutes. And it's all about the hot hand with Jared Calhoun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he trusts both guys. But yeah, if he sees one has it going more than the other, that's who he's going to ride.
So after Mason Falslip went 0 for 2 from the free throw line, MJ Collins will have an opportunity here to get into double digits. He's got 9 points. He'll have some free throws, and then Utah State will inbound the ball. MJ Collins. Only one time this year has he been single digits in scoring. As we mentioned, that's 7 points against Weber State. As the crowd goes quiet here in Logan, MJ shoots the free throw all by himself and knocks it down. 10 points for MJ Collins. Look for somebody to high five, realize there is nobody on the blocks, and has one more.
The ref could have given him 5.
I mean, come on. We can all acknowledge a job well done. Second free throw by MJ is good. He goes 2 for 2. He's got 11 points. Aggies back up by 20 and will inbound on the far sideline. Mason Falsleb gives it over to Drake Allen, 24 on the shot clock. And if you think Utah State's just going to run clock and not try to score, then you didn't apparently watch the end of the Memphis game. Entry pass to Falsleb, throws it down with one hand. Could have laid it up, but instead sized up Aarons and says, I'm going to put it on your head.
I wonder if Mason's always dreamed of dunking on John Krasinski.
Parolin, it was Parolin, not Aarons, who just took that nasty dunk. Neto who just hit a three. Driving, Aggies lead by 22. Gives it back to Parolin. He'll try to save face with a three, and he hits it. 67-48. Aggies lead by 19. Now, I don't know if that saved you. Drake Allen, 20 on the shot clock. 3:04 left to go in the game. Aggies have as MJ Collins steps behind the three-point line. He'll drive. His left-hand scoop shot up and in. Aggies now with a nice 69 points on the board. 48 for Boise State. 2:50 left to go in the game. The Aggies have probably one of the most difficult road trips coming up in the Mountain West, where they will play Nevada coming up on Saturday, and then San Diego State coming up on Wednesday of next week. Parolin goes up against Keller, lays it up and in. Keller kind of concedes the bucket. Aggies lead by 19, 69-50. 2:28 left to go. MJ Collins to Falslev. Down to Keller, who lays it up and in. Another beautiful assist. Mason Falslev, as Keller has now got double digits with 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Zach Keller, his best game in an Aggie uniform by far. Aggies up 71-50. Neto to Keene. Keene posts up, or sends the post pass to Buchanan. Puts his shoulder into Keller. Aggies bring the double team. He's in a little bit of trouble. His pass nicely done in the post as Parolin's able to hit the reverse layup.
Parolin, 7 straight points.
71-52. As Jared Calhoun wants the timeout, Perriman's going to come in for Drake Allen, who gets a nice applause. Zach Keller should get a huge applause. How about Jared Calhoun? Full out bro hug. Loving up the man. As Tucker Anderson also going to get some time as he'll come in for Mason Falslev. Jordy Barnes coming into the game. Luke Kearney coming into the game as well. Aggies emptying the bench with 1:35 left to go.
You had projected a Tucker Anderson sighting tonight.
I did.
And let's see if you projected the three that you, let's see if it can happen.
Let Tucker cook.
I love this move by Jared Calhoun. Letting these guys get in this environment, play against Boise State.
Well, this is also maybe a bit of a response to Penny Hardaway the other night, too.
I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion about that.
Elijah Perriman, he still is in the game, will initiate the offense. Gives it over to Tucker Anderson on the left wing, back to Perriman, 15 on the shot clock. Perriman, cross-court pass to Gary Clark, hands over to Luke Kearney. Kearney wanting to get the shot up, will take the mid-range jumper, get it to go. Yes, sir. Luke Kearney, the Air Force grad, on the board. 73-52, 21-point lead. Neto gets right past Jordy Barnes, attacks, and gets fouled on the layup attempt. Jordy wasn't quite ready for that speed that Neto has off the dribble. So Neto is going to step up to the line. He's got 3 points, 2 assists on the night. Coming into the game, averaging 5 points. 73% free throw shooter. We mentioned Boise coming into this game averaging in Mountain West Conference game as Neto misses the first. They've averaged 26 free throw attempts on this per game on the season in Mountain West play. That was their 8th in this game.
It's been physical, but I feel like the refs have called it fair.
Second free throw is good. Neto goes 1 for 2, leaves it at a 20-point game, 73-53. Jordy Barnes.
Yeah, let's see a Jordy or a Tucker bucket. This would be good.
Tucker sets the screen for Jordy Barnes. Jordy back to Tucker. Tucker then to Perriman. Perriman, crossover, step back, shoots that 3, and it may have been blocked. But it falls into the hands of Kearney. He'll launch the 3. That's no good, but there's Gary Clark, the offensive rebound, put up and in. Aggies lead by 22, 75-53, 40 seconds left to go. Neto retreats, back to Bohm, who had a run. He'll shoot the long 3. That's good. 75-56, 31 seconds left to go. Let's see what Jared Calhoun does here.
He's going to run something, try to get Tucker a shot.
Perriman slips it over to Tucker. Back to Perriman. 75-56. 15 seconds left. About a half-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Good job.
And Jared Calhoun says, don't do it.
Yep.
And he'll come over to Leon Rice at the midcourt stripe. 3, 2, 1. It'll be a shot clock violation. As Jared Calhoun's already halfway down the Boise State bench, high-fiving. Boise State still has to inbound because it's a turnover on Utah State.
Give him the ball, ref. Just let the thing be over.
Come on.
Calhoun did the right thing. Let's go. Come on.
As they'll put 1.3 on the clock. Can we just get this thing over with? Everybody's ready to be done here.
There you go.
Parolin inbounds it, and now it's over. 75-56. Utah State gets the 19-point victory. Carson Templin, Leon Rice, a nice hug at midcourt as Utah State gets the season sweep over the Boise State Broncos, both in convincing fashion. Aggies get their 23rd win of the season, 23-3, now 13-2 in Mountain West play, and we'll kick off your postgame show next. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield.
What if we told you there's an onion that won't make you cry? Introducing Smiley's onions, grown right here in northern Utah. Smiley's aren't just sweet and full of flavor, they're also an onion that keeps you from crying. That means no more watery eyes, no goggles, and no more kitchen hacks. Smiley's onions are the perfect kitchen companion to keep your eyes and taste buds happy. Look for Smiley's in the sweet onion aisle. Just spot the pink Smiley's packaging to take home a taste of Utah's best. Learn more at Smiley'sOnions.com.
You need a deck. You want a pool. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more.